Oh my! Joe, that's a Hall of Fame terrible take right there.
No, it's not. It's true. It's so true.
What?
Boy just choked. Straight women booty and let the ball go.
Say what again? Say what again? I dare you. I double dare you.
LeBron James
puts up a three. Won't go. Rebound Bosh. Back out to Allen. His three-pointer. Bang! Irving and Curry. One-on-one with Irving. Puts it up. It's good. Kyrie Irving from downtown.
Oh yeah, but we'll get to explaining and debating in a second. What is up, everybody?
Yes, sir.
Three in the possible.
What up?
We got no Devion, but we got Jerm in here. So we're going to talk a little NBA, Anthony Edwards, insane game the other night, cat injury, little MVP talk, Gilbert Arenas saying some, I'll call them controversial things right now. Talk about the Bucks, the Clippers, out west, out east. We'll give you a little top 5 power rankings today, and as we always end the show, we choose love, we choose violence. But let's start with Anthony Edwards as the lone person that had him in their top 10 players for the season before the season started. You know, I'm not that surprised, but he had an insane game the other night. First game after Karl-Anthony Towns.
You got to put the clarifier in there. You're not going to just do that, though. Don't act like me and Dev said we was worried about Karl-Anthony Towns and Rudy Gobert. Don't act like we didn't think he was going to be the dude.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
We just thought he was going to be hindered by his teammates.
Hey, sometimes you have to have a little faith, Joe. All right?
Yeah, they proved me wrong. They proved me wrong so far. Yeah.
But no, he had an insane game. So I think he dropped 44, and then the play that everyone was talking about, the game-saving block at the end of the game against the Pacers, where he hit his head on the rim as he blocked the shot. Insane play. If it would have been in the playoffs, it'd be one of those legendary plays that gets talked about forever. Unfortunately for him, it came against the Pacers in March. But nonetheless, I want reactions to that game. Jerm, I'll let you kick it off.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I probably was at work, so I didn't really watch much of that game, but I know it was a good one. I'm just gonna speak on the block for itself. Then I like the block. The block was LeBron-ish, if anything. Like, what was that, game 6, game 7, finals, whatever.
7.
The block on ED, like that's one of them. Like I said, if it had been a playoff moment, definitely would have been more hype around it, probably. But for him, for a guard to get up that high, and then it was a game saving on top of that, and you know, it's a late night stretch. All-Star weekend, all these games count, especially for them, because I know they're trying to keep their top seed with Cat going down. But yeah, it was just a good athletic play, game-saving play, so you got to give him credit, though.
Joe?
It was an amazing block. I don't even know if he really considered it a chase down block, because where dude got the ball and he did a little hezzy and then went to the rim. I mean, it's still amazing how high he got up there. KG don't look as crazy a couple months ago when he said Anthony Edwards looks like 84 Jordan, because he really does. Like the hair, everything, the face. That man shaved his head. He gonna look just like Michael Jordan. The way he attacked the rim. Like I have Ryan Blake. He's the chief scout of the NBA, and I have him on my radio show all the time. And he said that when you watch him play, when you watch him warm up, the way he attacks the rim, he looks like Michael Jordan. Like, and this is the chief scout of the NBA saying that. So this dude is legit. That Olympic season he had over at FIBA, actually something just extra clicked in his confidence. He already had confidence, but now he just
said that?
It was something else. But
who else said that before the season started? Damn, I was on fire over the summer.
I forgot who said that. Damn, that was you, wasn't it? Damn,
sure was. Sure was.
Damn. But you're right. It was great.
The game was insane, because what was crazy was, you know, they kind of hit a lull there in the third quarter and in the fourth quarter where Indy, you know, became a game. And, you know, Ant had kind of gone a little cold, but then he got into the fourth quarter, and he said after the game, he's like, yeah, I kind of found my second wind. I don't really know how the fuck that just randomly happens in the fourth quarter, but nonetheless, I mean, I think he scored 17 in the fourth quarter, so he was
Mhm.
contributing offensively, leading their kind of their team through the clutch time, and then he makes that insane play. And like you said, Jerm, in terms of just quality of the block, that's right up there with what LeBron did in the finals against Golden State. I mean, that's insane to be
Mhm.
able to like
Get up
have
that
the
high, like
confidence and get up that high, but then also like when you hit your head on the rim, like
No care, bro.
reflexively, you would kind of probably lose focus on what you're trying to do and trying to get the blocks. I mean, yeah, all around insane. And there's been a lot of discourse lately about when's the next time an American might win the MVP with how Giannis, Jokic, and Embiid just keep seemingly passing that bitch around themselves. Ant might be the answer. Everyone's been kind of asking Tatum to do it. But in terms of somebody that I think has like kind of the mentality to actually go do it, it might be Anthony Edwards. It might be Ant that is the one that can end up doing it.
The
He's
NBA
got
is
some.
better when we have a light skinned MVP. Just saying.
Ha!
I'm just saying, Steph Curry. I'm just saying, we might as well. We need him. I'm just saying, come on, JT. I need you to get it together. I'm just saying.
It's been a
He
rough
still
stretch
might
here
get it,
for
though.
Tatum.
He
Nah,
still
it's a
might
wrap
get
now
it.
after this weekend. After that game the other night, it's a wrap.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna say it's a wrap because it is very prisoner of the moment. If he goes on a legendary stretch, kind of
That's
down
right.
towards the end, he might be able to recapture it. But let's move on to the other Timberwolves news. Karl Anthony Towns, the game before Ant had his monster game, tore his meniscus. He's going to be out a month. It's looking like best case scenario for him is right when the playoffs start, he would be able to come back. So, one, obviously it sucks for Karl Anthony Towns, who's been having a really good year. But what do you guys think this does for the Timberwolves kind of playoff chances? Able to make a run. I mean, they've been sitting in the 1 seed for damn near the whole year at this point. Jerm, you can start this one off.
They just gotta hold on. I mean, I think him, even if he do come back playoff time, I mean, I feel like certain superstars or certain stars, especially you are big, and you coming back during the play or right when the playoffs start, or if you come back in the middle of that first round, like it's playoff basketball. So it's not it's not regular season basketball, it's playoff basketball, which means if you told your meniscus during regular season, you coming back when they finna really let they finna really let people play. So
Yeah, you
I don't
about to
know.
be
Like I
out
said,
there.
he's still a pro though. So I mean, and he's dealt with injuries before, but I think it's gonna hurt him though. They got to get scoring from somebody because that's at least 20, 25 points gone at least. So outside of Ant, we know Rudy ain't gonna be Rudy, but I mean they cool though. The first seed's still up for debate to be honest, but I think they just got to hold on till he come back. But if he come back, they just better make sure he ready because I wouldn't rush him back. If I feel like I can get through that first round of the playoffs without Cat, or at least if we get to like a game 6 or 7, yeah, but I wouldn't rush him back though.
Joe?
Man, they're not going to dip too much. I think they got some good role pieces that'll fill in and help Karl Anthony Towns. Like that defense is still going to be there. I think it's a time for Ant-Man to take a step up. He'll score some more points, but I think their role pieces will be able to step in and they'll still be able to have that same type of defense. And that defense is what's making them win games. And I think that's going to help a lot. I just don't care what they do in the playoffs because I know it's not going to work out. Because even if Karl Anthony Towns come back, it's his knee, so he ain't gonna be able to run. I mean, he gonna be out of shape. He already soft. He gonna be slow. He gonna get in some stupid foul trouble, and he gonna be clock out the game after the second quarter. He gonna be out the game. And then Rudy Gobert is a liability in a 7-game series. They just gonna pick him apart. I don't care if he wins his 4th defensive player of the year. He's still gonna be a liability in the playoffs in the pick and roll situation. So Ant-Man gonna have to be Superman if he want to win a playoff series, in my opinion, because where they lined up, they're gonna play against a good team in the first round. And if Karl Anthony Towns ain't healthy, and you got Rudy Gobert, who has been proven to be a liability in a 7-game series, it's gonna be real tough for them to win.
Yeah, see, this is why it sucks for them because I really feel like they need, of all the teams kind of vying for positioning in the West, I feel like them in terms of getting an ideal matchup, it's most important for them. I think Oklahoma City is on just kind of a different level than everybody right now. Well, not everybody. The Nuggets and the Thunder, I think, are on different levels than everybody. Where I don't think it really matters who they play as long as they play the way that they want to play. I think they'll have success. I don't feel that way about the Timberwolves. And if you look at the standings out west, they are currently a half game behind the Thunder for the 1 seed, and only a half game in front of Denver, and only 2.5 ahead of the Clippers. So if they all of a sudden fall to 4 and have to play like a Pelicans or the Suns or someone like that in the first round, I don't think they're beating them. I really just don't think that they're damn sure not beating the Suns. The Suns with KD, Booker, and Beal, with what you were saying, Joe, with fucking Rudy Gobert out there. Oh, he's gonna be in the pick and roll the entire game.
Oh man, he ate up.
And they might be able to survive the Pelicans. They match up, I think, a little better against them. With how much pressure that Zion wants to be able to put on the rim, that kind of plays more into Rudy's hands. But yeah, I mean, when Cat comes back, even if he comes back in that first round, like at some point he's going to have to kind of get his conditioning back up. So ideally, he does play in the first round, and then it's a matchup where they feel right. Well, I mean, if he just has the ability to kind of get his win back while still them being able to kind of comfortably win a series, I think it's going to be really important for them. I don't know if they're going to be able to maintain where they're at in the standings. I'm not one of these experts that dives into who's got the easiest or hardest schedule left, because again, it's the NBA. They're all pros.
Right. The Suns have the hardest schedule.
Yeah,
in the stretch apparently. Yeah,
but yeah, so we'll see. We touched on it a little bit though. Let's talk about the MVP. I want to know, does Jokic have it wrapped up? Jerm, what you think?
I wouldn't say wrapped up. I still think Shea and Tatum got a shot at it, depending on what Denver. I think in the West, when it comes to, I think only person that's in the MVP talk in the East really is Tatum or Giannis. Really, in the West, right now the tops in the MVP races would be between Shea, Joker. Yeah, I think I wouldn't say it's wrapped up. I wouldn't be surprised if he won it, honestly, but I wouldn't say it's wrapped up though. I still think Shea and Tatum have a chance, and then they also depend on the standings. Like, they move the goalposts every year for MVP, so it means something different every year. So it just depends. Like, if somehow, for instance, if Denver do end up with that 4 seed and Thunder end up with the 1 seed, Shea could get it. You know what I'm saying? And vice versa. So I don't know. I think it depends on what they're not the writers,
what's the narrative going at the end of the year.
Yeah. It just depends on what they want the narrative to be, because so that's what it's gonna come down to.
Joe, what do you think?
Oh, it's Shea's to lose right now, in my opinion. If he keeps playing the way he's playing, the writers are gonna give it to him. They're gonna vote for him, because if they're the number 1 seed, he's gonna be the best player. He's gonna be the best player on the best team. They're gonna give him the MVP. I think he should get the MVP if he look how
he going on like a scoring turn
it's
too.
The same.
Like, he dropping 30 like almost every night, bro.
And it's only between 2 people too. I'm not putting Jason Tatum in there. When you look at Tatum's advanced stats though, in clutch moments, he's shooting like 23%. It's like damn near at the bottom in the NBA. So I can't give you that. I can't give you that. I really can't give you MVP if you're not contributing to winning in the most important parts of the game. Like, are you really the most valuable player if you're not contributing to winning in the most clutch parts of the game? So to me, it's between Shea and Jokic. Jokic could win it if he just keep doing what they're doing and OKC slip. But if OKC don't slip, it's all Shea.
I think I personally think Jokic has it wrapped up. I just judging by how everyone's talking about it, like
voters fatigue,
maybe,
man.
but I think the one thing that he's got kind of going for them is they didn't start hot this year. Murray's been in and out of the lineup. Like, he's got all of those storylines to go with him. I agree with you, Joe. I think it should be SGA right now. They're number 1 in the West. And in terms of looking for a co-star, who is it? Jalen Williams,
probably
Chet. Like none of them are really
There's a bunch of
stars.
good guys. Yeah,
He has a lot of really. I think
they're good,
very
but they're
well
not stars
built.
yet.
Like, I think it's
Yeah.
a great team. I love the team overall, but he doesn't have a Jamal Murray. He doesn't have a Porzingis, Jaylen Brown, Drew Holiday, right? To the Giannis point, again, I'm not saying Giannis doesn't deserve to be in that conversation. I think he does deserve to be in that conversation, but he's going to get kind of the treatment that LeBron got when he went to Miami that first year.
Bro,
They're not going to give it to him when he got Dame in the offseason. They're just not going to.
That too.
You know, like
you got Doc.
Marquee trade to bring in a superstar. They never give that person the MVP. Maybe next year they'll be like, oh, okay, especially if the Bucks don't win, right? Like, they'll be like, okay, that team's not a super team. We can vote for him now. Like, whatever. But yeah, man, SGA that dude's special. Like, he doesn't average like 30 points a game because he just has these like occasional like 50-point games where he literally like drops 30 like every goddamn game. Like, I was watching the Heat played the Thunder last night, and you know the Heat kept it close for a while. They were leading a good portion of the game, couldn't quite pull it out. But it was just like, goddamn, every time the Heat needed to stop,
can't stop him.
No. Like, he just always gets to where he wants to get to. I mean, it didn't matter if Bam took him, if Jimmy took him. He just was going to get to his spot.
Did you hear what he said last? Did you see what he said after the game? They asked him about that too. They said, "How do you keep doing this?" And he was like, "Hey, my life is consistent.
Oh yeah, my whole life.
Everything I do is consistent." She was so cold. That shit cold right there. That's an MVP moment right there. Just I can see, like, if I was Oklahoma City Thunder, I would send that video, just that clip and stats to all the voters. My life is consistent, and then just his stats.
I don't know what else he has to do, honestly. Like, I really don't know what else.
It's a game, so you got to campaign sometimes. That's what I'm saying.
But I mean, Jokic doesn't campaign. Jokic hates fucking talking to people about basketball.
Yeah, he don't give a. So, but then he drops 30, 12, and 13.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna be mad if they give it to Jokic. Like, Jokic is a deserving player for MVP. I mean, yeah, I would only be mad if Tatum got it, because no, sorry, love you, my Shamanov family, but no. With
hit that mute and then unmute maybe, because yeah, you got a little there you go.
With this talk of the Euros, let's talk about our man Gilbert Arenas.
Were you talking about yourself there?
No, Jokic being a Euro player. You know.
Okay.
So, Gilbert Arenas, hello. Gilbert Arenas blames the European players for the bad defense that does not actually exist in the NBA, but apparently he believes exists in the NBA. So,
two things can be true at once. You can be extremely skilled and also have bad defense.
I mean, that's fair. But so let's kick it around. Jerm, I'm going to unmute you and give me your thoughts.
I mean, that's how
Hold on, Jerm. We're gonna need you to refresh or something.
Yeah, you may have to refresh. I've had that problem before.
So
you might have to just refresh the page.
Joe, you go. How do you feel about what Gilbert said?
I think I understood what he was saying when you listen to his whole comments about how the offensive game how the offensive game in the NBA is definitely more European, drive, dish to the three, and shoot a lot of threes. I agree with him on that, but I don't think that's the reason why there's a lack of defense. I think these people in the NBA, these guys in the NBA have been playing basketball since they were 6 years old. They've been training. That's why they're so damn skilled and it's so hard to stop them. But there's a lot of, I don't know if you want to say lack of defense, because we see defense in the playoffs. It's a lack of effort on defense in the regular season. And I think that's why people complain. I don't care about 126 points scored in an NBA game in the regular season. If I get some defense in the last 4 minutes of the game, if I can see something where you go, oh, this guy's actually really trying hard to win this game, I'm okay with it. I don't mind all the points. But I think there's definitely a problem when people so many easy layups. Like, I get it, you don't want to foul the guy because it's the regular season and this game really don't matter. It's just game 26. But I need a little bit of defense. And
I just also think, though, like, what I don't understand is like forever in the NBA, like literally forever. This goes to the early 2000s, the 90s,
A lot of
2010s.
defense.
Everybody has always said the NBA players don't play defense like they can in the regular season. This is not like a new thing.
That's true.
And like again, the higher point totals is coming mostly from a higher pace, and then smarter shot selection, understanding.
And
that
we're still not at the fastest pace the NBA's ever had either. So I don't know why people keep complaining, because if you look back, the pace was faster back then in the 60s and 70s. The pace was faster.
That was just.
They were taking more shots. I'm just saying it wasn't good basketball, but I'm saying the pace has been faster.
Right.
There's been
people. What I think happens a lot of times is this nostalgia for like the 80s and 90s, spearheaded by Jordan fans.
They really
like
don't like that, though.
Like they just want to keep finding ways to hate on the new generation of basketball.
Oh yeah, always.
But Jerm, what'd you think about what Gilbert said here? He's blaming the European players for bad defense.
I kind of how what Joe said. I mean, I don't think that's the reason, but I mean, I blame the league itself personally. Like, it's just off. Like, you can't do nothing. So matter of fact, I just had this conversation with somebody.
Name him. You know exactly who the fuck is right at the top of the list for why the NBA is like this. Name him.
Because like, hey, look, it's like the players can only do so much. Like I was saying, like you can't be physical just because, like I said, better basketball back then. Just because you were able to elbow people and be physical, yada yada yada, that doesn't mean you play better defense necessarily because they let you be more physical. You got to today different game. You got to move the ball. Like, I blame the league. That's why, like early 19s, whatever, early 2000s. That probably was the last era where it's like, okay, they start changing up the rules after they like you can't touch nobody now. So I don't know until you blame the players. Like, yeah, do it be all they defense during the regular season and they pick it up? Yeah. Do I think the whole league play bad defense? No, I do think it's still some good defense in the league for sure. But it's a Europeans' fault, and I don't too much agree with that.
So let me throw this in here real quick. The NBA is considering bringing back hand checking. They're gonna look at it in the off season.
Won't do anything.
I don't think it's too late.
It's just gonna lead to more fouls. That's all it's gonna do.
It's too late. Yeah.
Because again, the players have gotten smarter. If someone does this and puts their hand on James Harden, he's just gonna bring his arm up through it.
Just gonna rip through and get that foul.
Like, he will get a foul. Like, at the end of the day, KD will do it. Steph, like all the elite players.
It's too late. They're too good.
The moment you try and hand check me, I'm gonna go up into my shooting motion. That's all they're gonna do.
And that's why I say, like, it's smart. Like, people like Harden and even KD, like bro, the league was so soft. They just said, "Fuck it, y'all can't stop me from scoring no way." So I'm gonna use these rules to my advantage.
Mm-hmm. And then they strong enough to pull up and still make the shot too. That's gonna be the thing. They're gonna pull up.
People act like the hand check is what the problem is. No, you start putting your hand on, like, even when you could hand check, I don't think people.
And how many of these players?
What that meant when you could hand check, that didn't mean you could leave your fucking hand on them. Like, you could not just have your hand at all times on a player. You could. You just had a moment where if you did hand check them, that was not a foul. If you just slightly.
And how many of these players going to cover? How many of these players actually going to cover 94 feet?
Right.
Like, on,
and again,
even if you bring it in, they're not going to be present the whole game. They're not going to do it.
Here's I want to talk about what Gilbert said first, just how stupid what Gilbert's. I usually love Gilbert, but this was like a brain dead take. Okay, let's just go through like defensive players of the year. Okay, where the fuck is Rudy Gobert from? France. Okay, European. Who is like the next guy that's going to probably win like 5 defensive players of the year? Wemby. Where's Wemby from? France. Right? Like,
didn't Giannis get one?
Right. Giannis has a defensive player of the year.
I just got Greek. 2, I thought.
Might have 2, right? I'm just saying Greek. So he's European, right? You can go like even to a smaller scale, right? Like a Ricky Rubio was a very good defender when he played, right?
He was.
Spain.
Always was up there on the steals list.
You know, even like he didn't end up being a good player, but a guy that the Knicks took in the top 10, Frank Ntilikina, whatever his name was, right? Elite defender, right? Like, he couldn't do anything else on the court, but he was an elite defender, right? So like,
that was a bad example, but you're right. He was a good defender.
He was a great defender, right? That's what got him into the league. So like, are there some European players that are not great defensively? Sure,
Luka,
but I mean,
Embiid,
like Luka, not a good defender. But like, there's plenty of American guys out there that are not good defenders as well. he was what he was trying to do is he was trying to say something, but he didn't want to get killed for it. He should have just fucking said it. White people are not.
But I don't agree with that
in the
either. I think JJ Redick was an underrated defender. He wasn't great, but he was good.
Yeah, he was a fine team defender, but I'm just saying, like,
That's
that's
what I'm
what
saying,
he
yeah.
really wanted to say.
That's what he
And
wanted
that
to
would have been a lot more accurate than trying to say the Europeans are not good defenders because we've had
That's
some
some
elite
shit KG
European
said.
defenders.
Or
He
Paul
should
Pierce
have.
said.
He should have.
He just should have said what he really wanted to say. That's what he was trying to find, like a PC way of saying white people can't guard. And since there's more Europeans, there's been more white people into the
That's
league.
why.
But,
Well, Europeans, but then yeah, you're right. Europeans can guard. White Americans can't guard.
at
But
all.
yeah,
If we really want to find the group that's really bad,
That's why they're fun in college, but it's a different level when they get to the NBA. They can't guard nobody. You wonder why Jimmer Fredette in China.
Right.
Just saying.
But I think the other thing that goes with this, I really, really, really hate this whole conversation that no one plays defense in the NBA right now. Just because we do this lazy thing where we look, it's higher point total, so they must not be playing defense. No, in the 90s, you had two people on the court at all times that could not shoot at all, and likely a third, because usually the threes back then, meaning the small forward back then, couldn't shoot a lick either.
Nope.
At least from three, right? So like you had just such limited shooting, so everything was condensed into the paint. Now, one thing that I can't remember.
Every team had at least 5 players on their bench that couldn't play today.
It's probably more than that. It's probably more. I guarantee you, almost every team had. I would say, if not every team,
their second
90% had a starter on their team that could not play in today's league.
That's fair. That's fair.
At all. And so
Bill Winnington couldn't play today. Just saying. It's the first thing that popped in my head. The bar not play today.
So, my whole thing, I can't remember who brought it up, but I think one rule that the league should look into might have been. I think it was on JJ Redick's podcast, or I don't remember if it was JJ Redick himself or not. I think it was Luka actually that said it. If you want to affect the point totals and make defense more of a priority, get rid of defensive 3 seconds. I'd be fine with that. Because the only reason that people that really got implemented was because of Shaq. There ain't no Shaq anymore.
There's Wemby.
That's
you
fine.
Can push him. He's little. You can push him out the way.
I mean, if you just let Gobert camp in the lane like he wants to, right? Like you get rid of that whole entire. You would save some points there, right? You'd possibly bring back the mid-range game a little bit as well because people would actually want to pull up. It would be a less efficient shot at the rim. That's the only one that I think will actually help. If they do hand checking, you're just gonna see more free throws. That's all. That's all you're gonna do. But let's move on. Rant's over. The Bucks.
There's another rant.
Doc Rivers. We talked about this last time, Joe. He had a lot of feelings about how he was being criticized and how tough it was for him to come in right before the All-Star break and not just wait till the All-Star break to get his job. So poor Doc. They came back and won, I think it was 6 straight after the All-Star break. Now they've lost a couple here recently. So what I want to know from you guys, are the Bucks and Doc Rivers figuring it out? Jerm?
I mean, what's figuring it out? Like,
they're supposed to be a title contender. They were supposed to be a slam dunk, going to win the championship this year once they got Dame.
I guess we really find that out in the playoffs. For real. I mean, that's my for real answer. I think we're gonna find out in the playoffs if they figure it out, because that's what we're gonna know. It's make or break. So if they get to the office and start hooping, like it's like every series or every game they just start getting better. It's like shit, they figuring it out. But right now, I think they supposed to be at, if you ask me, because I said they wasn't gonna be all there nowhere this year. I said they're gonna take a step back this year anyway. So they pretty much right where I expect them to be. But I would say, to answer that question, yeah, playoff time, I guess, will really let us know.
All right. Since you're a guest, I'll let you off on that non-answer. But
man,
Joe,
that was because I'm gonna go off, man. I'm tired of the Bucks with all these damn excuses. Like Doc, his excuses.
You defended him last time.
I did. I'm gonna let that slide, and I'm about to defend Doc Rivers because I see this already happening. People gonna jump on Doc when the Bucks don't win, and it's not gonna be his fault. It's gonna be Dame Lillard's fault because did you see what he posted? Did you see his interview on ESPN? Oh, I'm so bored in Milwaukee. There's nothing to do. I play basketball, then I go home. Then I play basketball and I go home.
What was it doing in Portland?
That's your fault. That's you wanted out of Portland, and guess what you got? You divorced your wife, you left Portland, and now you up there in Milwaukee by yourself, bored as shit, and you're not playing no defense. You ain't got shit to do. Why don't you lock the fuck in then and play some defense and play some better offense? Because you really haven't been playing that well. The stats look good, but it's not Dame that we've been seeing. So you can stop all this pity party that you're trying to give yourself and excuses you want to give yourself. Talking about it's hard. I don't really talk to Giannis. You know, it's going to take us a while to gel and how we communicate with each other. Man, ain't nobody trying to hear that. You wanted to leave Portland. You went from a small market to another small market with a superstar on your team, and you can't figure it out. You ain't got shit to do, like you said, but you can't figure out how to play defense for a little bit. You're not even shooting that well this year. How about you play a little bit better? What pressure do you have on you? You got the same amount of pressure that you had on you when you was in Portland. All the pressure is on Giannis because Giannis has an MVP. You're supposed to be the role dude and just play basketball, but you can't even do that because you miss your family and you bored. Well, you should have thought about that before you made trade demands and then said, I'm only going to one place. If you would have shut your mouth shut, then you probably would have been in Miami and happy. But no, you put yourself in this situation. I ain't trying to hear you be sad and have a pity party because you were in Milwaukee and bored. Play some basketball and make your millions and shut the hell up. That's his problem. Don't put it on Doc. Don't put it on Giannis. This is Dame.
I don't 100% disagree with that. I don't 100%. I disagree a little bit. I think Doc should get some blame when it doesn't work out. I don't think it's going to work out, so I'm going to say when it doesn't work out. I think he should get some blame. Now, should he get all of the blame? No. He didn't make the decision to blow the team up and go get Dame, right? And part of me wonders, kind of reflecting back on it now, did they make this deal for Dame for their own reason, or did they feel incentivized to make this deal because they just didn't want him to go to Miami? Like, that's kind of like, that's what I'm starting to wonder. Like, did they make the deal because they truly thought it made them better, or did they make the deal because they were worried about what would happen if he got to Miami?
I think you're missing one. I think they were worried about Giannis.
No, I'm not
Giannis, we got to appease Giannis.
But what I'm saying is, if they would have won with that same core, I don't think Giannis is going anywhere, right? Like, I don't think Giannis necessarily felt like the team was not.
But Giannis did come out in the summer and say they need to prove to me that they want to win. That's all he said is, before I sign my contract, they need to prove to me that I want to win. And the Bucks said, "Oh, we got to do something."
This Giannis, what, third coach? So he probably
third coach. Fourth coach. He had Jason Kidd when he was. Before he became really
third
Giannis,
coach in 1 year.
I mean, y'all think Giannis on some LeBron shit, like on some, like getting coaches up out here?
I don't think he's that lovable guy that everybody thinks he is.
I know he's not.
I don't either.
I know he's not.
I think that's a good story, a good narrative, but I ain't buying it.
I've seen clips of him.
I know some people that know him from Greece. I know somebody that knows the people that he was around in Greece. He's not that same. He's not that lovable guy. He's not actually. He doesn't do a ton for his people back in Greece. That he kind of helped him come up. From what I've heard, he doesn't do a ton for the people in the basketball community in Greece that really helped him out when he didn't have the means to pay for what he was supposed to have to pay for. Again, that's a connection to a connection to a connection, but that's what I've heard. Allegedly.
So we're not giving Giannis none of the blame. Like y'all.
No. Giannis will get blame as well, in my opinion. I just think what I wonder about, one, to answer the question, no, I don't think they're figuring it out. But two, I just one thing that I think about to carry on in the Dame conversation is, one, I had the question, did they bring him in to prevent him from going to Miami versus did they actually think that was going to make their team better? Or even if it's to appease Giannis and they didn't necessarily think that would actually make them better, but they think the move would appease either one. But two, what I'm starting to think about Dame is kind of what I think about Paul George. And I'll explain. Joe, we've talked about this a lot on this show where I've said Paul George is only able to be like the best Paul George when he is the go-to option And I don't think he's a very good second option. Like I don't think he's he's a bad second option because he has to be the first option for him to be his best self. Like the drop off is insane. I'm starting to feel that way about Dame. Like I kind of feel like he has to be the number one option in order for him to be the player that we all really love. That's never going to happen in Milwaukee. Like he's never going to be the go-to option.
Yeah.
And what sucks for Dame is like Miami actually was the perfect opportunity for him in that regard. Jimmy would have been more than happy to let Dame be the number one guy on the offense, and Jimmy just play second fiddle. I think that's what Jimmy would prefer if they found somebody that could actually be the number one guy.
Sounds like a
trying to understand the psychology of Jimmy Butler is impossible, but I feel like that's kind of where he would prefer to live. He's willing to tap into that playoff Jimmy shit, but yeah, I don't think that there's really a solution unless Giannis really takes a step back. And like, because like Giannis is good enough to where he could just play off of scraps and doesn't have to have the offense centered around him. But I think that's kind of the move that they would have to make, because we saw it the other day when they didn't have Giannis. Dame all of a sudden drops 41 and they beat the Warriors. Right now, like you were saying earlier, I think pre-show, he didn't quite live up to that against the Lakers last night that did not have LeBron or AD. But nonetheless, I think Dame looks normal for the most part when Giannis doesn't play. He's got to find out how to look normal when Giannis does play. And I don't think Giannis needs stuff called for him. Like I think if
it does not
happen into his hands enough to where you don't have to center your offense around him. And I think their best way forward would be to center it around Dame, and Giannis just kind of gets in where he fits in.
But the shitty part is that the Giannis Dame pick and roll not going to work, and you can't have Giannis just standing in the corner. So it's kind of a shitty. Well, these guys just aren't going to work together. You're going to have to figure that out.
I think him pick and roll can work. They would have to get away from the amount of minutes that Brook Lopez plays.
Yeah,
that's why the pick and roll doesn't really work. Yes, Brook Lopez, you have to respect him enough in the corner, but at the end of the day, I don't think you really. You insert like a.
So you go small, you put Bobby Portis over there. Oh, Pat Connaughton, that's good.
Like another shooter, like a wing, like a legit like perimeter effect, and basically go def lineup with Giannis as your 5.
Yeah.
They're not gonna do it though.
Let's move on. Let's play a few rounds of buy or sell. So I will make a statement, and then you tell me if you are buying or selling the statement. So first, we'll have a layup for you, Jerm. Buy or sell, the Clippers will make the Western Conference Finals. Jerm, you can start us off.
I'm buying, man. I'm buying this all day. I don't see nobody really stopping us unless it's Denver. So I mean, or Health, obviously, but yeah, I don't see it. The West is stacked, but Minnesota hurt. Okay, I do still think OKC gonna win the series, but Lakers, Warriors, Dallas ain't got enough. Luka can drop 50 a game. They fuck around and still lose a series. Suns too inconsistent. Pelicans nice. I just don't think they match up with us well. But I'm definitely buying that all day. So yeah,
I knew you would, Joe.
I'm selling it. First of all, you better hope we don't see Luka in the playoffs. Luka, like Kobe when he played the Suns, he a killer of the Clippers. Second of all, ain't Westbrook hurt?
Mm-hmm.
Don't that mean ain't that just a sign of things? Because they all ain't playing together in the playoffs. I'm selling it because they're not gonna be healthy. If it
was an injury that Westbrook has dealt with in the past, and I would say okay, but
I'm selling it. In the past, every year. James
Westbrook ain't hurt.
If Kawhi ain't 100%, it's over.
I said health.
It's all about Kawhi. All about Kawhi.
Yeah, well, I mean, when it comes to health, that's a big
if for all 4 of them.
It's really big if for really just 2 for real. In all honesty, it's really just.
And y'all only gonna go 6-7 deep the whole playoffs, and you're supposed to make it to the Western Conference Finals.
I think we need
on it.
another piece. I told people I think we need like a
Sound
stretch.
that.
Like Tice is nice, but like
he's not.
when we
Don't
see
lie.
somebody
No,
like
he's not.
Nick Tucker not
Tice is
going to
terrible.
play.
Tice
He
is
just-
terrible.
No,
Whenever
I don't know,
I feel like every time I've watched the Clippers and Tice comes in the game, it's an automatic. They're gonna if they have a 15-point lead, Tice comes in, that's gonna go down to 5. He's terrible. Like the moment they have to get away from Zubac and Plumlee, terrible.
I can't. Like Tice held it down for the most part. When Plumlee was hurt, Tice really held it down. Like he really he played a lot better than I expected. But what I'm saying is he's our only big that can stretch the floor. So we
And
see
y'all pissed off PJ Tucker. What's PJ Tucker doing?
Not too much.
At home chilling. That's what I'm saying.
We ain't got nobody, right? We need somebody that can stretch the floor, and Tice right now is gonna give us that best option. If we see a Denver or we see a Minnesota, you gonna let Tice shoot threes all day, I'd lay with that because he can hit.
Jokic is gonna be the happiest man in the world if he see Tice on the court.
Right.
Yeah, no,
Cooking.
Baby food.
Yeah,
all right. Let me get in here, Jerm. Let me get in here, Jerm. All right, I'm selling as well. But I do like the Clippers. I'm selling, but I do like the Clippers. I think I have come around on the Clippers. It works. They prove me wrong.
Finals, though.
I like them. I just don't think they're going to make it to the Western Conference Finals. I think they will win their first round. I think they'll be a tough out in the second round, but I think they will ultimately lose. Because the only reason I'm saying this is because of who they're going to have to end up playing. Right, the Clippers will either finish 3rd or 4th, most likely. And that means they're looking at the Suns or the Pelicans in that first round. Shit, I don't even know if I can give them the first round, actually.
I'm telling you, that's what I'm saying. The seeding, I can't because them top 4 seeds in the West, them top 4 can go either way. Denver, us, OKC, and Minnesota. Realistically, we don't know who's gonna be 1 through 4. That realistically can be any 4 of them, bro. We don't know. So. Because I feel like if Denver don't get the 1 seed, Denver ain't been that good to me this year. I'm sorry. They're good, but they took a step back. I feel like if they get okay, we saying that. I think
you're just bored. I think you're just bored of them.
Yeah, they're coasting.
Hey, we gonna see.
They look like a team that just won the championship and realized that, we're kind of the best team. We don't really have to do the same shit that we've been doing all these other years. But this is what I'm saying with the Clippers. I like the Clippers, but I think of the teams that they're in the mix to play in the first round. Pelicans, I would take the Clippers in a series. The Suns, I would take the Suns. The Kings, I would take the Clippers. The Mavs, I would take the Clippers. Lakers, Warriors, I don't think really have a prayer of getting up there, but I would take the Clippers against either one of them as well. But
Suns don't play. The Suns got they all 3.
The Pelicans may be a tough matchup.
Suns big 3 more injury prone than Clippers. Damn near for real.
Oh, for sure. If the Suns go in there battling injuries between those big 3, yeah, I mean that's a game changer as well. I'm in my head. I'm thinking full strength versus full strength. I would take the Suns versus Clippers.
They don't play enough defense.
That's fine. They're going to score enough points. They play enough defense to score enough points. So, and even if the Clippers win their first round matchup, then they're looking at most likely either Thunder, Timberwolves, or Nuggets. The only way that I see them making it is if somehow the stars align and they get the Timberwolves in the second round after not kind of avoiding the teams I think they need to avoid in the first round. So I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm just saying I'm going to lean no.
It's unlikely.
It could be
you ain't gotta be nice because we got a guest on the show, bro. You selling it, dog. You selling it.
I mean, hey, I ain't no typical guest. I'm part of the game, so it's like
that's what I'm saying. That's what I don't know why he acted all nice. That's what
I'm not acting nice. I've just legitimately come around on the Clippers. I have legitimately come around on the Clippers. I like the way they play basketball.
Whatever, bro. You kissed a lot of ass just to say you sound.
I'm just saying, at the end of the day, at some point in the first or second round, James Harden's going to do some James Harden shit in the playoffs, and they're going to get their ass sent home. That's the crux of it.
Thank you. Now there you go.
That's Pandemic P will show up. Kawhi is the only one that I trust out of those, and Russ are the only ones that I trust. And the things that I trust about Russ are not exactly from his prime in terms of carrying teams to wins, but just in terms of energy, hustle, making sure that everyone's on their shit the entire series. That's the leadership is more what I'm trusting from Russ versus his on the court impact.
All 26 of his minutes.
Only thing I'm gonna say is this Clipper team, It's finally this is different Clipper team. Right now, they fully healthy outside of Russ, but
See,
fully
your
healthy.
audio started fucking up
I was gonna say the same
because
thing.
it knew you were fucking speaking some bullshit. Hit refresh. We're gonna move on to the next one real quick because god damn boy, it just knew you were about to say some fucked up shit.
As soon as he said, they
He
said,
said,
you
"Let
the
me
Clippers too long.
try and coax it."
What a
No,
They said, we
no.
talking to Clippers too long.
Buy or sell. Here's the next one. Buy or sell. The Bucks are the biggest threat to the Celtics in the East. Jerm, talk to me.
I mean, yeah, shit. If Embiid was bad, yeah, but shit, the Knicks too hurt. When Brunson played, but he nicked up. I like the Knicks though. I like the move they made. They made some really good moves.
Mm-hmm.
I just playoff time.
Yeah, I gotta see them break the curse before I say they're gonna break the curse.
Yeah,
It's too bright.
So
Be too
right
bright.
now, this is probably the easiest buy or sell. I'm
Okay.
gonna buy for sure.
There's only one
we know
team.
we know what Will's gonna say.
I mean, I'm just saying, there's
we
one team
know
that
what
consistently
we're
knocks the
saying.
Celtics out, and they got better this year. But
I'm
you know what
selling
happens,
it.
Joe?
I'm selling it. There's only one team in the East that can beat the Celtics, and that's they dumbass selves because they still rely on the three way too much. They's inconsistent. They not clutch. I don't trust them. Al Horford can't be your most reliable big man. Porzingis has been playing well, but we'll wait and see. Yeah, but I'm just saying, Celtics is the only team I think who can beat themselves. They got everything they need. They got everything. Drew Holiday, they got everything but the coach because they fall in love with the three too much. And I guess they get too isolation based in the fourth quarter. They want to trade up shot for shot and they end up losing.
All right. So there's the obvious answer here. It's the team that consistently beats the Celtics in the playoffs.
The
I'm
Celtics.
selling it. Obviously, it's the Miami Heat are the biggest threat to the Celtics in the East. The Heat are starting to play well. Playoff Jimmy looks like he's starting to round into form. I know they lost a couple in a row here on a back-to-back, Dallas and Thunder, but it's the Heat.
So they lost to good teams.
It's the Heat.
So they lost to good teams.
Lost to two good teams, and one is on the heels of a back-to-back. They were in both games. I'm not going to lose too much sleep over that. They've got like the fourth best record in the NBA since the All-Star break. It's the Heat. Paul Pierce even knows it. Paul Pierce's delusional ass even knows it. He said the only team that I'm worried about is the Miami Heat because for whatever reason they seem to always come blah blah blah.
Do you have pajama pants on?
He dealt with the Miami Heat when they had LeBron.
Bro. He done crossed over. That's a damn shame, bro.
No, he didn't cross over. He didn't say that the Heat would
bro.
beat them. He was just saying he said that they own Philly. He claims that Boston owns Philly and is not worried about the Bucks because of all the bullshit that's going on. And all I don't really think that the Celtics can claim they own anybody right now. Like they haven't accomplished enough to be able to say that they own anybody. One finals appearance in the last 15 years. You don't own shit.
They are dominating this year, though. I mean, they do have the top 5 point differentials.
Here's the thing, and I brought this up last time, and yes, that is a metric that typically means a whole lot. Here's my thing with the Celtics. I watch them most closely when they play the Heat, and so I'm speaking to a Heat game. This is a Heat game where Jimmy Butler was not playing. I don't think Tyler Hero was playing, and this was a dogfight at the end of the game. And the Celtics, in the end of the game, clutch moments, and you kind of touched on this earlier, Joe, with Tatum not shooting well.
Right.
They are all of a sudden this helter-skelter team with no fucking structure, and I've been sitting here waiting every single year thinking, oh, they've got to get the right point guard. Then they'll have some structure. Well, they got the right point guard. They got Drew goddamn Holiday. Couldn't be a better point guard, right? They still don't have structure. And to me, so this is now to me an indictment on not even necessarily Joe Mazzulla because it was still the same with Ime. It was the same with Brad Stevens. It's an indictment on Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. They don't have any organization at the end of the games. And when you play a smart team in the playoffs, that's going to get taken advantage of.
Well.
So if you're beating the Miami Heat by 4 without Jimmy and Hero, assuming Jimmy is going to be playing in the playoffs, he's going to send you home again. It's going to happen.
And Derek White's not making 3-point shots when you pass him the ball with 2 seconds left on the shot clock in the fourth quarter. He's not going to make them.
Right. The Celtics look amazing when the ball is just constantly moving on offense and it's popping around and they actually are playing through structure. They look amazing. And yes, they would probably win the finals if they could play like that through the end of games in the fourth quarter. The unfortunate thing is we have not seen them actually able to execute that. So no, I'm the Heat are the biggest threats. The Bucks are too much of a mess. I think. I don't think they're going to figure it out. And the Knicks and the Cavs.
This man
I
just
mean,
spent.
good
Oh, I
stories,
forgot
but
about the Cavs.
This man spent 5 minutes saying that a 6 seed is the biggest threat to the 1 seed.
it's an, it's an improvement on last year.
It's ridiculous.
improvement
though,
on last year.
It's funny though
I
because
forgot
you
about
made
the
great
Cavs.
arguments.
I forgot about
It's
the Cavs.
I'm just saying, who sent them home last year? The 8 seed Heat.
True. And ain't nobody worried about the Cavs because everybody put the faith in the Cavs and they lost to the Knicks last year. They got swept by the Knicks last year. Fuck that.
Joe,
Swept by the Knicks.
That
fuck the
series
Cavs.
has haunted me in my mental. I refused to give the Cavaliers credit this year because of that goddamn. I was so
forgot about
confident.
that.
I said,
I forgot
"Oh,
about
the Cavs
that.
are gonna
You're right.
4-1 the bogus ass Knicks," and they got their ass fucking swept.
I
I could not believe it.
I said Donovan Mitchell was gonna be a dark horse for MVP. Bitch ass, bro. Fuck the Cavs, bro.
I remember you said that shit.
And they started off so good too. They started off so
Man,
good.
I
It was
swear
a
they-
1 seed. I was feeling myself for that first month of basketball.
My man was feeling himself through November.
I
But
really-
all right, let's go. One last buy or sell. The Thunder are the biggest threat to the Nuggets in the West. Jerm, I'm using Nuggets because they're the reigning champs, so don't get in your feelings.
Oh, that's cool. Nah, nah. I'm gonna say no on both of those sales because they too small. Like they just if Nuggets see as great as the Thunder have been playing, if Nuggets see them in the playoff series, bro, Joker is gonna average almost 50, bro, because they're just too small, bro. So nah.
Who's the biggest threat then? I want to hear you say it.
Come on, man. It's LA town, baby. You know what I'm saying? Big clip.
The Lakers?
Yes, sir.
I said LA town. I say Lakers. I said LA. There's 2 teams in LA. 2.
I can't tell.
One of them is an
Oh,
AC.
damn, sure can't tell.
19 right now, so I don't know. But
And get
yeah,
talked about
man,
more
we
than
definitely.
the 4
I still
seed.
think we're the biggest threat to the Nuggets, man. Like I haven't really seen nothing otherwise. I could say Phoenix, but for some reason I don't know what the fuck going on with Phoenix, dog.
Not
It's just-
healthy.
that team is just because I ain't gonna lie. Coming to the season, I had Phoenix is like I'm like, bro, they really might run shit, but I mean I know injuries and fucked them up and shit like that, but
Hey, they've looked good when those 3 play.
that's also on some Brooklyn shit. Like, oh yeah, when them 3 play,
No.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna let
'cause-
you do that. No, Brooklyn never.
Yeah, I am. It's the same situation. It's damn like KD got a point
That's
guard
true.
and it's literally damn near the same situation, bro.
If KD's shoe size was a half an inch smaller, they still
And
be
that
all
team
together.
and that Suns team don't play no defense for real, just like that Brooklyn team didn't play defense, like I said.
Yeah, but KD's around people more like he had in Golden State than he had in
How?
Brooklyn.
Yeah, and there was
Because
already
Beal
reports
and
2
Booker
months
don't
into
need the
season
ball.
he would
Beal
be
and
there.
Booker don't need the ball to be effective. James Harden and Kyrie Irving
James
are
Harden
only
didn't need
effective
the
when they
ball.
have
He
the ball.
was passing their ass the ball. He didn't need the ball to be effective in that
But I'm
Brooklyn
saying,
offense.
yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Not for real, bro. He was not okay. I'm gonna say just not to be a scorer. No, he was doing everything else. Like he was passing that bitch.
He
Bro.
was.
Right,
Like,
but I'm saying to get the
he was
full
passing
potential out of
like-
Devin
like,
Booker and
he
Bradley
was
Beal, they do not need to have the
voluntarily
ball.
passing
To get the full potential out of Kyrie Irving and James Harden, they have to have the ball in their hands, or you're getting a much lesser version of them.
Well, I mean, Devin Booker is the number
Yeah,
one.
but,
option.
okay. You might be right with the kind of that, but they were like when those 3 played, they were winning. That's all I was saying.
They
Like,
ain't beat nobody. But anyways, go ahead, Joe. I won't derail this with the.
I'm selling it. I'm
Sell it.
selling it. I'm selling it. And they young, man. It's not that I would not be surprised if they got to the Western Conference Finals. Because Shea is that dude. And I can see Shea going off all playoffs. It's the role pieces, man. Like they young. They never been in the playoffs. Like I gotta see it before I believe it. I just can't do it. Like even when Golden State was on that verge of being great, they still didn't win a second round game in the playoffs. Like they still had to go through that losing before they became great. Even when they were already, you could see the Splash Brothers starting to develop. They was taking those deep shots. You was concerned about them. The crowd was getting crazy, but they still had to lose before they learned how to win. And that's what I think. That's how I feel about the Thunder. To be honest, I don't know who I really have no idea who's the biggest threat to the Nuggets. Like the Nuggets are up here, and then I think it's a step below, like a huge step, and then you could probably say OKC, and then after that, it's probably a couple steps, and then
So
a
they are
couple
the biggest
teams
threat.
right there. But it's not really a threat. Like I said, I can see them get to the Western Conference Finals, but damn,
Yeah,
I guess
I
they're
think
the
he's
biggest
gonna
threat.
have
I guess if I guess you're right, I don't know. I can see them losing too, though. Like they young. Like if they went up against went up against the Lakers, I could see them losing to the Lakers just because they're young and LeBron would just
only
intimidate them.
LeBron/Lakers fan could see that possibility fucking happening. But
You tell me you couldn't. You tell me a whole you. Oh, so you think they're like the Golden State?
Lakers are done and fought. No, it's just the Lakers aren't very good.
No, they're not. But I feel like they would intimidate those dudes. They'd be like, "Fuck it, we playing against LeBron and AD," and they would come out flat. Those role pieces ain't gonna
correct
show
that
up.
statement. They'd be intimidated by LeBron and LeBron only on that team. Ain't nobody intimidated by no Anthony Davis. But
what big man is Anthony Davis got to play against if he goes against the Thunder? Chet.
I mean, Chet's
not gonna scare him. No.
You act like AD plays tough. AD just as soft.
I mean, he did just get beat down by Sabonis the other day. But that's Sabonis, not Chet. That's what I'm saying.
Sabonis is like 6'10" and can barely jump over a fucking.
But he's strong. But he's strong.
I ain't hearing that. No, I'm not.
But he's strong.
I say the same too, Will. If OKC, Lakers fans want OKC in the first round so bad, I'm like, bro, they fucking around and beat y'all.
They might sweep them. I'm giving the Lakers a game out of pure
sweep.
Bro,
I'm giving them a game because
it's not like he playing against
the
Joker and Jamal Murray. Nah, bro. Nah,
all that Austin
is not
Reeves
sweeping
hype
LeBron.
I had last year.
One star is not sweeping LeBron. One star, come on, bro, not happening.
That other team is great.
All right, I'm gonna bring this back on topic. I'm gonna buy that they are the biggest threat to the Nuggets, but a very, 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 very close second is the Suns to me. But just because the road that the Suns are gonna have to travel is gonna be a lot harder, I'll say Thunder are the biggest threat to the Nuggets. Clippers are in that conversation for me. Timberwolves are not, despite their very good regular season. I can't see a team with Rudy Gobert as a main contributor being a threat to anybody. I'm sorry.
Hall of Famer.
I'm sorry.
Rudy. 4-time defensive player by the end of the year. Just saying, he's gonna have 4 defensive players of the year. That may be the most ever by one player.
Yeah, sure might. Or my airball and dunks. Special player right there.
Yeah, that was bad. That was bad. No, he airballed an alley-oop. Was that like an alley-oop or like a pass? It was.
I thought he came
under
down
the basket. It was like under the basket.
No, because he pump faked to get the guy in the air and then went up and then somehow didn't dunk it and missed.
Didn't even hit rim. Didn't even hit rim.
They got a shot clock violation because he missed the fucking rim.
Wow.
7 foot tall and missed the rim.
Oh god, fucking.
A foot away from the basket.
All right, last real topic here. I want to know you guys' top 5 power rankings. Now, Jerm, we define top 5 power rankings by teams you actually feel like can win the NBA championship, not just a little regular season seeding. I don't give a fuck about that. So, as our guest,
right now.
Yeah, top 5 right now that you believe can win the fucking championship, Joe. Come on now.
Oh,
you know how this works. You only been on every goddamn episode we've done in the last.
My number 5 bogus as hell then, but go.
Jerm, what you got?
We got to put them in order or just.
Yeah, put them in order.
5 to 1.
You can start at 5 or you can start at 1. Don't matter to me.
Okay. Shit. 5 is you should have win the title. Ooh. 5, I put Milwaukee at 5. I put
That's why I wrote it down.
Oh shit! I should have wrote this down. I put Milwaukee at 5. I put Thunder at 4. I got Boston at 3, us at 2, Denver at 1.
Clippers at 2. All right. Well, we can debate afterwards, Joe.
See, because every discussion we just had, my list don't make sense now. But number 5, I got the Cavs. Number 5. They the hottest team in the East right now. See, that's what I was like. You said top 5 who can win a championship like today, or I put the Cavs. They the hottest team in the East right now.
He said real title contenders, not that.
I know. That's what I said. My list not gonna make sense now. That's why my list.
You act like you're new to the show. You know how
we do top 5. We do top 5
like every other week.
I know, and it changes.
It never changes. Always in the same fucking context.
No, I'm saying like the teams change.
Oh yeah, because we get.
Don't
more
make me go
information.
Stephen A.
All
and say the list is fluid.
Just go. It's
Don't-
fluid. Whatever.
Don't make me do that.
Just go. Cavs at 5.
They the best team in the East right now. They've been playing the best since the All-Star break.
Okay.
Number 4, the Clippers. 3, the Celtics. 2, the Nuggets. And 1, I've got OKC.
Okay. I don't hate all of that, but
It's the top 5 best teams right now.
you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Okay. So
If the playoffs started today, the Cavs would have a good chance to make it to the Eastern Conference Finals.
they wouldn't, but okay.
Because they got who they gonna play? They the 2 seed.
2 seed. I mean, yeah, they could get to.
Oh,
the
they may have to
round
play
for
the
sure.
Miami Heat.
Yeah, second round.
Well, I'm saying some of them other teams gonna knock each other off, like the Bucks, and they gonna fight out. Yeah, I guess not.
All right, so here we go. My 5th team for me. I've been debating 5 and 6 all day. 5 for me. I'm in. No, Miami Heat, number 5.
I feel better about my Cavs pick after that now. Okay.
I do too.
At least I picked the 2 seed. At least I picked the
You
2
shouldn't.
seed.
All right,
Who's up
those
in the
those two teams match up in the playoffs, and who you picking? Don't
Darius
lie and say you're
Garland
picking
and
the Cavs.
Donovan Mitchell,
Don't lie and say you're
Evan
picking the Cavs.
Mobley.
You already know you're not picking them. But anyway,
And Max Strus getting his payback. What you mean? Yes, I'm picking Max Strus to get his payback.
Please put that 34% 3-point shooter out
You
there. and let
wish
the
you
Jack
saw a
punch
fourth quarter
three.
like that all year in Miami. You wish you saw a fourth quarter like that. 7 threes in the fourth quarter. Lighten the bitch up. Let's go.
Please.
Max Strus in his bitch.
Yeah, so Heat 5. Number 4, I'm going to go. See, 4 is where it gets tough. I'll go Clippers. I'll go Clippers at 4. I'll go Celtics 3, Thunder 2, Nuggets 1. I think the Nuggets look like they're coming into their own form now, and they look like that team that I'm terrified of to see the Heat have to potentially match up again in the finals. So I'll put them on. Jerm, the Clippers being 2 with all of the injury possibilities that can go on them is just wild.
Now, see, y'all talking about possibilities. You talking about now. And okay,
right now they're injured. Right now, Russell Westbrook is injured.
We only got one part. We talking about right now. And even right now,
y'all looking like you're trying to slip into that kind of bullshit playoff format. Now, y'all just lost to some bogus ass game.
We dropped the game.
Y'all snuck out a win against the Timberwolves where James Harden scored 2 fucking points.
Yeah, 10 assists.
All right, so I'm just saying he's starting to go into his playoff form right now. All right.
Is that what y'all paying him for? That's what y'all paying him for?
Y'all paying him for 2 and 10?
They gonna pay him to come over there and drop 30. Shit. I mean, he low key been scoring all year. Ain't nobody really.
I know. It's just as we start getting down towards the playoffs, he's starting to. We're starting to see the disappearing act starting to come out.
Hey,
Paul George did it too. Paul George did it too. I'm just saying the questionable players start to look questionable. That's all I'm saying.
Like Brooklyn, he ain't go like with Brooklyn. He didn't have to do much. I'm telling you, bro. As long as we healthy, like obviously somebody go down.
I mean, you're gonna be able to fall on that sword because someone inevitably will get hurt. It always happens.
Come off the bench. Russ will be back. A Merc Coffee shooter. A Bones probably gonna be out the lineup. But bro, I'm not. As long as we stay healthy, bro, I'm not worried about nothing. Because James Harden really got to just do the same shit he been doing this year. Don't have to do. I mean, yeah, it's playoffs, so the intensity is going to pick up. But as far as like actually what he's doing on the court to impact the team and shit like that, just keep doing what the fuck you doing. Like unless somebody have an off night.
All right, keep it up. Keep it up, Harden. 2 and 10. That'll get us
Norman
there.
Powell will have a series where he scores more points than James Harden does in that series.
Bro, and James Harden be dishing that bitch too. So probably gonna have like that series. So y'all gotta understand. Harden was giving them the ball like PG and Quad just got to score and play defense. Everybody else spot like.
But just you acting like James Harden didn't always assist. He always get 10, 12 assists. He can always do that.
Bitch, bro. Like just
I'm just telling you, Jerm, in a playoff series, he can't be having games where he scores 2 fucking points.
I agree with that. I'm not saying that. I agree with that. But what I'm saying is in the playoffs,
like it's got to be more than like 13 points. Like he's got to be up to like 20 and 10. That's what he's got to be doing in the playoffs.
I think having Ty Lue too. I've been saying this since the trade, but I think having Ty Lue for the playoffs, for Harden, it's going to be different for him because this is your first coach probably since Kevin McHale that you really like. I mean, I know he fucked with D'Antoni, but then I ain't really like that.
He pushed Kevin McHale out the door because Kevin McHale told him to stop shooting so much.
That's what I'm saying though. But he since Kevin McHale, he hasn't really had a coach. Really, you know what I'm saying? He hasn't had a coach like that until Ty Lue. That's why I'm like, that's why KD and KD and Kyrie went to Ty Lue in Brooklyn. But that's what I'm saying.
They didn't need a coach in
Ty Lue with this Clipper team. I think Ty Lue didn't have KD. He didn't have Kawhi and PG last year. He had Kawhi for one game against Phoenix. Didn't have PG at all. So I think give Ty Lue this full plethora of players. I think he gonna put everybody in the right spot, call the right plays, right lineups. That I think coaching will have a lot to do with. If we was to win, I think coaching would have a lot to do with it too, though. So, yeah.
All right. Enough of that. It's time to wrap this show up. You know how we end the show. We choose love. We choose violence. Jerm, what you got?
I mean, look, it's March. Playoffs start what?
April 20th.
A month and a half?
420.
Oh yeah.
Get that start.
I'm choosing violence.
Leaves in the air and watch the NBA.
I'm choosing violence. It's playoff time creeping up. It's about that time to get real. If you think we're gonna lose, put your money up. And then fuck everybody else, Clip Nation.
God dang, you got violence and all the haters. All the Clippers haters. That's the direction you're going.
Any playoff series you think we're gonna lose, put your money up. That's what I'm telling people. So
all right. I can respect that. I'll gladly take your money in the playoffs. Joe?
Nah, I'm gonna choose love, man. Shout out to the most faithful husband in the world out there, LeBron James. He do.
Oh my God.
You got snow bunnies all around, but he don't touch it. He be in a hotel room surrounded by Lucy. I'm just saying. Kendrick Lamar.
Hey,
shout out LeBron.
Old girl that was on the viewing, like from the camera that we all saw it from, that was on the left.
Yeah.
She need to relax.
Yeah, right. She was touching him a lot. Like
he was like all up on his arm. I was like, God damn, you're like, about to be on camera. You're sitting right next to fucking LeBron James.
She don't care. Yeah, she was trying to touch her man Dingo Warrior, bro.
Definitely said something about this.
Exactly. Hey, I'm just saying, bro. I seen Get Out. I'm just saying. He better be careful. All they had I know she had a spoon in her pocket. I'm just saying. That's my movie. Watch out. Watch out, LeBron. They're coming for you, bro.
Oh my God.
Cat Williams tried to warn you. Be careful.
Right. I hate having to follow you up, Joe. But I'm gonna choose love. I'm choosing love too. I'm going outside of basketball, but Cardinal Nation. It's over.
I knew this was coming. I knew.
I gotta choose. Yeah, it's over. They suck. They're gonna suck this year again.
I knew.
But I'm choosing love because the Cubs retained the one person that the Cubs needed to retain, and they got him on a fairly friendly deal. So welcome back, Cody Bellinger.
These mugs made two moves, and he think he's about to beat. Y'all gonna be better than the Cardinals. Y'all made two moves. Y'all signed a Japanese dude and brought back somebody.
We gonna be smacking.
We had some bullpen depth, which was really the downfall of the Cubs last year.
So what's the biggest difference is the manager?
I mean, that is going to be a big difference.
Y'all spent more money on the manager than y'all did on assets and all season.
There's still a lot of good people out there to go get. First of all, there's talks that Jordan Montgomery might be a Cub. There's some mutual interest there. And y'all tried your best to fucking ruin them. Y'all tried your best to fucking ruin them, but you see what happened when we got to a real winning team when Texas took them all the way to the World Series.
That's true.
So
that's true. Trevor Bauer's still out there too. Your boy.
Yeah, no. Don't need the women beaters.
Hey, she got caught lying.
Nah.
I don't know about the other ones, but she got caught lying.
Nah, yeah, there's just way too much smoke for that for that not to be.
He just a freak, bro. He just 50 Shades of Grey.
Mm-hmm. Whichever way
you wouldn't take him for $1 million. You wouldn't take him for a $1 million contract.
Don't want him.
And he win you 12. He win you 12 to 13 games.
Nope.
I promise you would take him.
See, no, I wouldn't.
I guarantee you, if your ace went down in July, you'd be like, "Oh, Trevor Bauer, we take you for 20 games."
No, I don't want him for nothing. Go be a piece of shit somewhere else. Not on the Cubs.
You're wild. He get blackballed, so obviously he did something wrong.
You know he didn't. He's a white guy too, so you know he really
I'm just
fucked up
saying,
something.
I'm about to be
But all right,
looking, bro.
y'all. We are
Go
3 and